Underway in the 5,000 metres Championship of Victoria for women. 11 athlete field to contest this final event here at Olympic Park. 12.5 laps of the track, and leading them into the home stretch for the first time, it's the Glen Huntly athlete in Muriel Cummins. She started from the middle of the field. In fact, it's Julia Edwards in the hip number 10 will lead them through. Abigail Bayley, hip number 5, will start in second place. The fastest personal best time in the field has Bayley. Sarah Klein leading through from Lauren Crowe, and Meredith Cook are the top 6 on the track. We'll pick up the splits at the 1,000 metre marks, but as they settle, it's Edwards and Bayley that have gone out to a slight advantage, with Klein leading the chase from Crowe and Cook. So looking comfortable and setting the pace through the early stage. Glen Huntly's Julia Edwards leading this 5,000 metre championship race for Victoria. Abigail Bayley, she was runner-up at the Victorian Cross Country Championships representing APS United. In the Olds Variants colours tonight, she's tucked into second place. Meredith Cook just closing the gap there for Bendigo YMCA Harriers. Sarah Klein, one of our race favourites in the Frankston colours, a member of the Victorian Cross Country team that took out the national team's title, into fourth place. Lauren Crowe was also a representative of Victoria at those championships in the Diamond Valley colours, just slotted into fifth place at the moment. Karina Cleland, better known over 800 and 1,500 metres. She's settled in for athletics, or rather Deakin, into sixth place. Back there to Cummins. Sarah Hurd, silver medalist at the World Rowing Championships over in New Zealand. She's testing her hand out at the track. We've seen her out and about through the XCR season. She'll be looking for a strong performance here, just showing a little bit of versatility. Brooke Condon was a Victorian representative at the Cross Country Nationals up in Brisbane early in the year, in the Box Hill colours. Back through to Fiona McMillan and Dawn Teo at the rear of the field at the moment in the Casey Cadinia colours. But leading through, we'll go through the 1,000 metre mark. Julia Edwards and Abigail Bayley will be our leading 2. Back to Meredith Cook and Sarah Klein, Lauren Crowe and Karina Cleland, the top 6. Sarah Hurd moving into 7th place. Muriel Cummins into 8th. Back to Condon, McMillan and Teo at the rear of the field. But the split through 1,000 metres, it'll be 3:24 for Julia Edwards at Glen Huntly. Abigail Bayley just tucked in behind. Meredith Cook and Sarah Klein, 3 and 4 on the track. The next duo racing through, Lauren Crowe and Karina Cleland. Sarah Hurd into 7th place outright, back to Muriel Cummins in 8th place. Brooke Condon 9th, back to McMillan and Teo. A little change in the positionings on the track. 9 laps remaining. That's 3,600 metres remaining in this 5,000 metre Championship of Victoria for women. It's still Julia Edwards from Glen Huntly leading through from Abigail Bayley And Sarah Klein just starting to close the gap now and doing a little bit of work, sharing the turns there with Meredith Cook from Bendigo YMCA, now into 4th place in the cap. They've established a bigger margin over Lauren Crowe from Diamond Valley in 5th place, back to Cleveland in 6th, Hurd into 7th place, the World Championship silver medalist, oarswoman. Back to Brooke Condon, who's just moving up towards Hurd, back to Cummins, and McMillan and Teo rounding out this field. No. 8 laps remaining now, 1800 metres gone. Still Edwards from Bayley. Klein now into an outright 3rd position. Cook just dropping back off Klein. Crowe and Cleland shoulder to shoulder. Condons are starting to work her way into the race, better known on the road and the cross-country course, but starting to find some form on the track. Hurd back into 8th place, back to Cummins, McMillan and Teo at the rear of the field for Casey Cadinia. So approaching the 2,000 metre mark, it's still Edwards leading through. She'll go through 6:53, the split at 2,000 metres. Bayley just onto her shoulder or possibly a second behind. About a 3-second gap back to Klein. Meredith Cook into 4th place, a further 3 or 4 seconds back. Over 50 metres back to the 5th place and 6th place athlete there, Lauren Crowe and Karina Cleland. Brooke Condon starting to make inroads into their advantage into 7th place. Back to Hurd in 8th. But 7 laps remain now. It's Abigail Bayley that's made the move into the lead in front of Edwards as the race approaches its halfway mark. Bayley's just kicked with 7 laps remaining, just opened up about a 10 metre break now on Edwards. Klein back in the 3rd place outright, Cook 4th outright on the track. Condon continuing to work strongly into this race, moving in front of Lauren Crowe back to Karina Cleland, Sarah Hurd, Muriel Cummins, Fiona McMillan and Dawn Teo. With 2 laps remaining, Abigail Bayley, the runner-up at the Victorian Cross Country Championships, is our leader on the track and looking to claim her first title on the track at the open level. Sarah Klein in the silver medal position as it stands on the track. Julia Edwards currently into 3rd place, with 4th being held down by Brooke Condon, who continues to work strongly through the field. She's now pegged back Meredith Cook. The challenge remains 800 metres remaining, whether she can eat away at the advantage that Julia Edwards has in the Glen Huntly colours, which will be the true test with 800 metres remaining. But down the back straight now, at the start-finish line for the 5,000 metre event, or it's the start line for the 5,000 metre event, it's still Abigail Bayley holding her advantage. Entering the back straight now at 2nd place, Sarah Klein. Edwards there 3 to 4 seconds off the back of her, the top 3. So coming down to collect the bell now, 1 lap to go. Abigail Bayley turned the race inside out, 7 laps remaining, just before the halfway mark, has really extended her advantage. Almost out to 150 metres now over Klein, who's just entering the home stretch now. She'll come down to collect the bell. Edwards still in 3rd place with Condon with her work cracked out in front of her. She's going to move up into the middle position. That might not be likely at this stage, but Condon worked a very strong race plan. She went from 9th place through the early stages, but she's worked all the way through the field into 4th place, Klein just took the bell. Edwards will take the bell now, but our leader, Abigail Bayley's now got 200 metres remaining. And a very dominant performance over the back half of this race. She was runner-up to Anna Thompson at the Victorian Cross Country Championships, but she's going to go one better here at Olympic Park. It's the last 5,000 metre championship of Victoria that will be held at this venue. So let's make a little bit of noise for Abigail Bayley. She comes down to the finish line, a very dominant performance the back half of this race. She's going to go one better from her cross-country runner-up. She's going to be our 5,000 metre champion of Victoria for 2010-11. 16:45 or thereabouts will be the time. The time clock stopped with one of the laps getting lapped. She's also lapped past our 6th place athlete there, Lauren Crowe. Sensational running from Abigail Bayley. Entering the home stretch now and accelerating away. It's Sarah Klein in the Frankston colours. She's going to come down and take the silver medal on the track in this Victorian 5,000 metre championship. Julia Edwards enters the home stretch now for Glen Huntly with the bronze medal in her possession. Klein will take the line, 17:16 the time for her. Edwards now coming down the home stretch. Inside of 30 metres remaining, will run home solidly. She took the lead through the early stages and just dropped back through the latter laps. 17:29 will be her split as she crosses. To round out the top 3, Brooke Condon, a very strong back half to the race. Almost even splitted her 1,000 metre marks, I dare say, as she'll come down. She'll take 4th place. Meredith Cook will round out the top 5. So Brooke Condon from Box Hill will take out 4th. 5th place will go the way of Meredith Cook back to Karina Cleland. She's inside of 50 metres remaining for Deakin Athletic Club. Lauren Crowe entering the home stretch now for Diamond Valley will round out 7th place.
How did you find the race?
Oh yeah, pretty as much as sort of I was expecting. I started off pretty steady and just sort of tried to work into it. I've been tending to start off a little bit quick and then trying to hang on, and I just wanted to feel comfortable and bring it home well and feel good for 2 weeks' time.
And it looked like you made a reasonably decisive move about 2Ks in. Was that part of the plan, or did that just, you felt good and you went?
No, that was what the coach told me to do, so I was sticking with the programme. He said just sort of stick in for 5 laps and just try and take it a little bit easy, and then if you feel good, go for it. And yeah, I felt great, so I went for it.
Fantastic. And you mentioned that you're running the 10,000 metres in a couple of weeks. Is that a little bit daunting, just doubling the distance on the track?
Oh yeah, I guess. I mean, it's a long way on the track. I've never run a 10K on the track before, but I come from an Ironman triathlon background, so it's more my cup of tea than the 5K, that's for sure. But yeah, still a little bit nervous, but I'll just do my best and see how I go.